Jordan's up. He says best practices for multiple Google Search Console and for that matter, Google Analytics accounts we create for various clients. Is there any issue or danger in creating all the accounts from a master agency account, or should each Search Console Analytics account be created in a unique Google account and then shared with the master agency account? Or for that matter, should they be kept entirely apart? Does that matter at all? Okay, Jordan, I'm going to give you the same answer I give for every time a question like this arises. In fact, there was a discussion about this in the accountability group that I was just talking about. Something similar. I recommend that, for example, guys, every time I get a new client, I go, if they don't already have their site attached to Search Console and Analytics, most of the time, clients, if they have an existing web presence, will already have that stuff installed. At least in my experience, they will. And at that point, I just give them my my email address and tell them to add me as a manager or a user so that I can access Search Console and access Google Analytics. If I have to set it up for them, like if it's never been set up for their website or their, then what I do is I will create a Gmail account, a brand new Gmail account that I now then use or assign to that client's campaign. And I will use that new Gmail account for all stuff for that client. Like in other words, if I'm building a syndication network, and when I say me, you guys know I'm not doing this shit. Like I'm not creating a Gmail account. I'm buying already done for you created Gmail accounts, double phone verified accounts. So I just select one from the list. I assign it to that campaign, to that project, that client. And then I use that email for all of the other accounts that need to be created, including Google Search Console, Google Analytics. Does that make sense? Then what I do is I add myself, Bradley Benner, as a manager to Search Console, or a user/manager, an admin to Search Console and to Analytics and everything else, so that I can access from my main profile, the one that I'm logged into right here, right now, right? That way I can still access all and then also, by the way, I also assign my VA, because I have a VA that does all the client reporting for me now, which saves me like many hours per month. And so I also add her email as a manager or an admin to Search Console and to Analytics, because she on a monthly basis goes in to those client accounts and takes screenshots of Search Console and Analytics and everything else that I tell her to do for generating client reports, and puts all of it together for me to where all I have to do is copy and paste into email and add my commentary to the monthly reports. Does that make sense? So again, master agency account, yes, I suggest that you have that you add as a manager account. But I always recommend, guys, separating Google properties by Google accounts. In other words, separate everything instead of trying to put everything under one account all the time, because what happens if you lose that account? You're fucked. I mean, there's no other way to put it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. If you put everything under all your eggs in one basket, and Google decides to take that basket from you, you're eggless, you're fucked. But if all of your accounts are spread between different Google accounts, then if Google takes any one account, you've still got all the others, right? You're only going to lose that one account. And it doesn't affect a manager. Like, for example, if you've got 20 different clients and each client has a separate Google account, Gmail account that you've created for them or whatever, for Google Analytics and Search Console and such, and you add your account, Jordan Fowler, as the manager account, and your account gets terminated, God forbid, Jordan, but let's say your account ever did get terminated, it wouldn't affect all those individual accounts, because the account owners were the Gmail accounts, not you. Does that make sense? So, and the same thing goes for GMB, guys, for Google My Business. Don't create a whole bunch of Google My Business properties under one account. I do a 1-to-1 ratio now, okay? Again, 1-to-1 ratio. For every GMB asset I create, it's got its own Google account. And then I will connect all of them or through a manager account as a manager, but not as an owner. Does that make sense? So anybody want to comment on that?
Yeah, just going further into that. Once you have a whole bunch under that one manager account, I think it's up to 50. I remember, I can't remember what the limit is, but you should have multiple Gmail accounts ready, especially you, Jordan. I know that you're an agency owner, so that when you get into the hundreds, you're going to have 4, 5, or 6 different manager accounts that access sets of accounts. Yeah, I hope that was clear. The same thing goes for your GMBs. you'll have, I don't know, 30, 40, and then stop. Open another account that manages, and then that'll be the manager of the next set of 30 to 40. Then you stop, and then you mitigate risk that way.
Yep.
That's the whole idea. As Brady said, all of your eggs in one basket, you're gonna have a whole lot of broken eggs. But on the other hand, if you mitigate the risk, then one egg breaks, that's okay. We can replace that one egg. But if you have to replace 500 GMBs, that's a whole lot of money down the drain, man.
You're damn right it is. You're damn right it is. That's like, contemplate suicide time. You know what I mean? Like that's some depressing shit. So.